Hey everybody, so we've all seen the recent e-commerce boom, right? Folks are getting pretty used to buying stuff online and sitting back while it gets delivered. And that's not just great for consumers, it's great for business owners as well. Because we now have a way to make a storefront without laying any brick or mortar. And of course, e-commerce isn't exactly cutting edge these days, but the platforms you can use to set up an e-commerce presence are changing all the time. So today, I thought I'd compare Shopify and WordPress to see which option works best. Strap in, people, this is the ultimate showdown for the e-commerce crown. First up, let's talk about pricing. There's no such thing as a free lunch. And in the world of e-commerce, any platform that's going to connect you to customers will charge you for that privilege. And Shopify is no different at all. Though I do think that their pricing policies are pretty straightforward. Basically, there are two ways you'll get charged by selling through the platform. The first way is there's the commission that Shopify will take on each of the sales that you make. It depends on what subscription package you go for, but basically, the commission can range anywhere from 2.4% to 2.9% per transaction, plus 30 cents. That's gonna make up the bulk of your expenses on Shopify, but there are also subscription fees to consider. You see, Shopify offers certain premium features like custom analytics and extra inventory locations, and is obviously gonna charge you for them. The pricing plans start off at $19 a month for the basic plan, which also gets you $5,000 in subscription credits. This is best for solo entrepreneurs, but I decided to spring for a more premium plan, because I wanted some of those great features they offered. The Shopify plan is kind of like their mid-tier package, and it costs a pretty reasonable $50 a month. You also get $7,500 worth of subscription credits, which can really help bring your costs down in the long term. Now, the package that I personally went for is the advanced plan. It's built for businesses that are ready to scale, and I know my business was more than up to the task. It costs a hefty $299 a month, but when I talk about the features in just a minute, you'll see why the price tag is actually worth it. Oh, and by the way, all of these plans are available for just $1 for the first month. Shopify got some sort of promotion going on, so I got to test the platform out basically for free. So how does WordPress measure up? Well, for starters, it doesn't really have any subscription plans to speak of. Anyone can use WordPress to set up their site, but since we're talking about e-commerce here, it's important to factor in a few extra costs that might come your way. You see, if you pay for a subscription with Shopify, you basically don't need to worry about any other costs. Web hosting, security, certifications, and other costs are just bundled into the subscription package. On the other hand, you'll have to pay for basically any extra service you need with WordPress. That includes plugins, by the way, most of which are critical to setting up an e-commerce business. I will say that the costs basically average out at the end. It's just that it's more of a pay-as-you-go model with WordPress, whereas with Shopify, you just pay the subscription fee and know what to expect. Honestly, I don't think there's too much of a difference here, but Shopify gets an extra half point for how simple its pricing tiers are. So that's 4.5 out of 5 for Shopify and 4 out of 5 for WordPress, because it's still affordable no matter how complicated it might seem. Okay, how about we discuss the features next? The thing about Shopify is that it's optimized for e-commerce related businesses. Every feature in the package will help you get more buyers in some way. I noticed that as soon as I started setting up my e-commerce store, because the platform asked me to start adding products before my shop was even up and running. Adding products is actually super simple as well. You just create a new item in your inventory, add a title and some pictures, set a price, and you're good to go. And if you want to offer discounts, Shopify lets you hand out up to 20 million coupons as part of its subscription plan. That's 20 million customers that you can reel in with some sweet deals. And I personally was able to expand my footprint a ton because of this feature. And if you feel restricted by just selling on one channel, Shopify will let you expand to other channels as well. Through the platform, you can start selling on places like Amazon and social media in absolutely no time. The more sale hubs you have, the more sales you'll end up getting. And I definitely saw some upward momentum once I started taking advantage of this feature. Basically, if you create a catalog, you can sync it across multiple channels so that your customers always see the same inventory. And with the detailed analytics Shopify offers, I got a pretty decent idea of which products were best sellers and which ones were duds at the end of the day. The platform honestly made it so easy to make sales that I could just sit back and let everything happen automatically. And that goes for marketing as well. After all, Shopify's got automated notifications and emails set up to help you generate some leads. These leads might not always turn into customers, but they can give you some breathing room if your shop is in a bit of a tight spot. And there's one feature in particular that really sold me on the platform: abandoned cart recovery. So have you ever noticed that some customers just seem to forget about their carts? Like, they go through all of the trouble of adding items to their cart only to exit the site before they can finish the process. Well, they're human after all, and these are all sorts of reasons why they might have left your site. But you know what? With Shopify's abandoned cart recovery feature, they'll get a message gently nudging them to complete the transaction. That can lead to a serious bump in your sales. So it's fair to say that I'm a big fan of this feature. But with that said, WordPress seriously impressed me with its features too. For example, you can start a blog on the same site that helps you push products. Pepper in some SEO, and you've basically got a marketing goldmine that helps with at least 2 of the stages of the sales funnel. Now granted, you'll need to get the specific e-commerce plugin if you want to start a business through your WordPress website. But that plugin lets you sell unlimited products. And what's more, customers can leave reviews and ratings for your products, and you can provide options to help them sort and filter these products. That drives more sales, which I know pretty much all of you want to do. Overall, both platforms get a 4 out of 5 in the features department. Before I finish this review, let's take a look at the type of user experience you can expect. I'll say this about WordPress: it's great for folks that like to customize their stores. You have drag and drop features that allow you to completely change the look and feel of your site, which is great because the templates might not always work out for you. To be fair, Shopify has templates too, although WordPress definitely has a lot more of them. Shopify also has those drag and drop customization options, and while they're a bit more limited, they're good enough to get the job done. But I feel like Shopify does a great job of making things easier for users thanks to its AI settings. It can be pretty difficult to come up with a bunch of different product descriptions and edit a bunch of images and backgrounds, right? With Shopify, you can have the built-in AI handle it all for you, which makes the user experience that much easier for the less tech-savvy among us. And you should also know, WordPress does require a bit of technical know-how. It's definitely not for people that just want to set up a business, so unless you have some web development skills, WordPress might be a tad challenging for you. That's why I'm giving WordPress a 4 out of 5 here, and Shopify gets a 4.5 out of 5 for its smooth, intuitive user experience. So when it's all said and done, it's pretty clear that Shopify is the winner here. If we tally up the score, Shopify ended up with a 13 out of 15, which perfectly describes how great of a platform it is. WordPress isn't half bad, and its final score of 12 out of 15 definitely shows that. But a lack of dedicated e-commerce features meant that it didn't have a chance in this race. It's not a bad platform by any stretch. That's why it only lost by a single point. But if you're looking for top-notch e-commerce solutions, Shopify is definitely going to be your best bet. Also, if you haven't signed up for Shopify just yet, you can use my link down below to get started with it. So those are my thoughts and opinions on Shopify and WordPress. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.